Hello children. Today we are starting a very important chapter of grammar, verbs and tenses. This chapter is divided into three parts in which I will be explaining you the verbs and different kinds of tenses. Children, do you know what is a verb? A verb is a word which shows an action or a state of being. A sentence may consist of one, two, three, or even more verbs. A sentence cannot complete its meaning without a verb. In here, a verb in a sentence must agree with its subject in person and number. Thus, if the subject is singular, the verb is singular, and if the subject is plural, then the plural verb will be used. Verbs are divided into two parts, transitive verbs and intransitive verb. First one is transitive verb. Transitive verb are the verb that require an object to complete its meaning. It means if we want to complete the meaning of the sentence, then object is the most important thing. Always an object is required to complete the meaning of the sentence. For example, Aditya collects coins. The peon rings the bell. The police caught the thief. He purchased a car yesterday. The boy kicks the ball. In these sentences, the words collects, rings, caught, purchased and kicks are the transitive verbs as they require an object to complete their meaning. Next is intransitive verb. Verbs that do not require an object to complete their meaning are called intransitive verbs. It means an action denoted by an intransitive verb does not pass over an object. They can stand alone and complete a meaning. For example, we exercise daily. He looked sad. The dog jumped over the table. The wind blew. The woman cried. In these sentences, the words exercise, looked, jumped, blew, cried are intransitive verbs as they make sense by themselves. Children, now we will discuss about tenses. As you know, tense is a form of verb which shows the time and the state of action or event. A tense is a time described by a verb. In English, we use to refer the time in three forms, that is present, past and future. It denotes the time an action takes place, whether sometime in the past, in the present, or will take place in the future. Each tense has four forms: simple or indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Simple or indefinite tenses states an action or event and does not say anything about the completeness of an action. Continuous sentences that the action is still going on and is incomplete. Perfect indicates that the action is complete, and perfect continuous indicates that the action has been in progress. Children, today we will discuss about present tense. The first one is simple present, then present continuous, then present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. First part of present tense is simple present or present indefinite tense. Present indefinite tense represents an action which is regular and normal or true and uses the base from the verb. It is used to describe action that is either happening right now or that happens regularly or routinely. Children, here I am giving you rules for making the present indefinite sentences. These are divided into three parts: simple sentences, then negative sentences, and then interrogative sentences. Firstly, the simple sentences, we use subject plus first form of the verb and then object is being used. For example, I go to school. The boy goes to school. For making the negative sentences, we add do not or does not. Subject, then do not or does not, then object. Example is, she does not go to school. For making the interrogative sentences, we use do or does in the starting of the subject sentence. Does she pluck flower? Do you study in class 5th? In interrogative sentences, question mark is the most important thing to be put at the end of the sentence. Now, present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is a verb tense which is used to show that an ongoing action is happening now. It is used to talk about actions in progress at the time of speaking. Here are the rules for making the present continuous sentences. For making the simple sentence, we use subject plus the verb is or am, then first form of the verb along with ing and then object. Example is, children are flying kites. For making the negative sentences, along with the helping verb, we use not. Example is, he is not going to school. For making the interrogative sentences, is or am plus subject, then first form of the verb and ing plus object will be used. Examples are, is she carrying an umbrella? Am I disturbing you? Now the third part of the present tense is present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is a verb tense which is used to express actions that occurred at the non-specific time. It is also used to express actions that started in the past but continue to the present. For making the simple sentences, we use subject, then has or have helping verb, then third form of the verb will be used and then object. Example is, Sonam has hidden behind the door. For making negative sentences, we use has not and or have not. Example is, she has not fed the dog. In interrogative sentences, has or have are placed in the starting of the sentence and at the end of the sentence question mark will be there. Examples are, has she bought a new car? Have they just arrived? Fourth part is present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense shows that something is started in the past and is continuing at the present time. For making the simple sentences, we use subject, then has or have plus been, then first form of the verb along with ing and object that is optional, and since and for, then time duration. For and since are commonly used in this tense. For shows a period of time up to now, and since shows some point of time in the past. Example is, she has been rehearsing since morning. For making negative sentence, we use has or have, then not, and then being. Example is, she has not been studying for 6 hours. In interrogative sentences, has or have will be used in the starting of the sentence, then subject, after that been and first form of the verb, then ing and object, then since or for, and then time duration. Example is, have they been playing since 4 o'clock? Children, that's all for today. In the next part of the video, we will discuss about the different parts of past tense. Thank you.